Good afternoon. Welcome to the third pharma webinar of the year 2020. So today we're going to speak about quite a sensitive topic, the one of security, and more precisely anti-tampering and anti-counterfeiting labeling solutions. So for the one who have been already able to join the two first webinars, welcome again. We are quite pleased to see this continuous interest. And for the other, it's not over, guys. You can still listen and watch the replay if you just go on our website. Just remind you, the first webinar was back in May. It was focusing on healthcare market trends. The second one was in June, and here we were more looking precisely about how to choose the right pharma adhesive for your application. So today, your speaker will be Eva Weglinska. She's product manager healthcare Europe within the marketing team. And myself, Benoît Jourde, business development manager healthcare, I will be your moderator. So basically, I will be facilitating and managing questions. You can ask questions just by scrolling down to the main screen. You will see a zone where you can ask all those questions. The chat that you find on the right-hand side, we will disable it for the webinar to avoid confusion with the multiple channels to ask questions. We hope that we will have enough time to answer all questions. And if questions, let's say, are too difficult, no, I'm joking. Huh? Don't worry, we will be answering all questions. So the team will be able to follow up with you individually if needed, if we are missing a bit of time. Within the day, later on, you will get an access to the presentation, and within 48 hours, you will get access to the recording. On that, let's have a quick look to the agenda that Eva will be covering. We're going to start with the market drivers for counterfeit medicine and risk. Then we will be discussing about the challenge in implementation of a tamper-evident and anti-counterfeit brand protection features in packaging. And obviously, we will be focusing on labeling. After that, Eva will be describing what are the Avery Dennison security labeling solutions. And to finish, we will just spend a few seconds reminding you about what we call within Avery Dennison a dedicated solution for pharmaceutical applications. So before I hand over to Eva, we're going to switch off the camera just to ensure that we keep a good network that is not damaging the presentation. And towards the end, we will go back to the live to close. On this, I hand over to you, Eva.
Yes, so welcome everyone. Thank you, Benoît. So indeed, today a quite important topic, security, brand protection, and of course, the market drivers. So I would like to start this topic with really two questions. So first of all, why medicine counterfeiting and manipulation is happening, and why really it is important, what are the risks that are making this so important to do something about it. Then, of course, I will dive into the what we can do about this as a labeling community. And that's, of course, the whole topic of the session today. So first of all, of course, counterfeit medicines traded globally are worth 3.7 billion euros annually. So no doubt medicine falsification is a lucrative business. That's definitely a problem, global problem. It is estimated that up to 10% of medicines sold in developing countries can be fake. But also there is this stereotypical belief that counterfeit medicines are present only in less developed countries like Asia or South America, Africa. But that's not really true. So if you look into even 2019, Pfizer was warning about pills that resemble leukemia drug, Inclusic, that was sold in Europe and America for 5,000 pounds per pack. And the counterfeit product, in fact, was paracetamol. So in this case, patients were not receiving the treatment that they needed. And that's actually, in the case of counterfeit medicine, the best case scenario. I got a comment that we have some problems with the noise. Is someone else experiencing this? Okay. So I will just continue.
Yeah, just to add a few comments, indeed, there is a bit of echo, but I was having the feeling that it was getting better towards the end.
Okay, I will just move the microphone indeed. But so let me just resume here. So indeed, it's the best case scenario is that you are just not receiving the treatment that you're supposed to receive. If you are taking counterfeit medicines, the worst case scenario is the example of cough syrup that was containing boric acid instead of glycerin, that was killing more than 500 people across the globe. So that's why falsified medicines are much more dangerous than any other falsified product. So think about yourself as a customer and as a patient. Probably some of you will not mind to wear maybe fake shoes or purchase fake purse or another garment, and actually they are actually consumers that are doing this deliberately, knowing that the product is non-original. However, none of us would really take the risk of taking counterfeit medicine. So that really shows what really is the risk that we are facing. And then the second point is with the counterfeit medicines, that now we are not really talking anymore about actually the product itself, but even about the active pharmaceutical ingredients that are entering the legitimate supply chain and are part of the you would think original medicines. And then the third point, of course, it's global pandemics are fueling the counterfeit medicine market. So patients are now, in the past few months, they were often panic buying their medicines. We were also more likely to purchase the products online, as we were urged also to stay at home. And it is also widely known that this virtual marketplace is where the most suspicious medicines are sold. And also World Health Organization recently also warned against the search in fake medicines. And Interpol Global Pharmaceutical Crime Fighting Unit seized 11 million euros of dangerous pharmaceuticals in just a week. Then on the other hand, we have the regulation. So for example, now the Falsified Medicine Directive, it's requiring that all prescription medicines will be equipped with an anti-tampering device to prevent the manipulation of the medicine. Then a step further, it's the serialization that is now implemented in multiple countries. And this one is really aiming to ultimately give a unique identifier to every package dose. So here, whenever is the patient safety, brand protection, or regulation driving the need for anti-counterfeit on tamper-evidence solutions, it creates a need for packaging that can satisfy all of those needs. And here also the pharmaceutical market is quite unique, because in this case, it is usually only the package that can signalize to the patient that the product is falsified. So let's go back to the example of the anti-counterfeit, the falsified shoes or a fake purse. Normally, if you are a careful consumer, you can see from the product that most likely that's not the original product. Now, in the case of medicines, like the example of the leukemia drug, it is not really possible to say if the medicine is original, yes or no, unless you test it in a lab. So that's why also the solutions for the packaging that we developed in Avery Dennison. So here we are looking into three different security solutions. So first one is the tamper-evident portfolio. So here we are talking about securing the product. So making sure that no one else before the patient opened the package. So here we have three different options. I will dive into them later on. Box damage, label damage, and visible sign. Our second portfolio is the anti-counterfeit capabilities. So here we are really looking into authentication of the product. So is this a genuine product? Is this the original product? And here also we have three options: overt, covert, and forensic methods. So here, and the third part that we will not really cover today, that will be a topic of a separate webinar, are the digitally integrated platforms. So those are really RFID tags, which are able to give a unique identifier to every product, and also combined with the blockchain technology, really to trace the product during the whole supply chain. So now I will start with the Tamper-evidence portfolio.
Yeah,
So
Eva, just before indeed going to the Tamper-evidence, let's try to answer a few questions. Do see that we have a question from Justina. Do you have any information if the FMD will also be used, for non-prescription medicines?
Yes, so indeed, there are voices here and there, especially in Europe, that there are more and more medicines that are over-the-counter medicines that are becoming also very often a subject of falsification, especially those that are more, let's say, blockbuster products. So indeed, at least in Europe, there are ongoing discussions around extending the falsified medicine directive into some OTC over-the-counter medicines.
Okay. We have another one from Marusa. So in which markets outside of pharmaceuticals would you say that these products find their customers? And if I may just give a try on this one, it is clear that some other markets like food, like luxury cosmetics, and a lot of industrial or FMCG related are looking for solutions to protect their products and to make sure that the customer is getting notified if someone has tried to open, and they are also trying to protect their brands. So clearly the solutions we will be presenting today are customized a bit more to the farm.
Benoit, I think we have a connection problem. I'm not sure if anyone, if you can hear me, just please post in the chat box. Okay, so we will just continue. Apparently, I think we lost our moderator for a while. I hope that he will be shortly back with us. So indeed, I will now continue to the Tamper-evidence portfolio. So here, that's actually the part that is driven by the legislation. So here, since February 2019, we are looking that medicinal products subject to prescription shall bear safety features, a device allowing verification, or whatever the outer packaging has been tampered with. So here we are talking about this anti-tampering device. In general, brand owners, they have three options. They can just put glue on the box. In this case, as you see on the photo on the box, you can put glue. That's also counts as anti-counterfeiting device, anti-tampering device. Or you can redesign the package with the perforation. So the moment when you are opening, then it's also possible to see that the product was tampered. And of course, the option that is preferred by us and obviously by you is the label. So we are adding the seal on the outer packaging, sealing the box, and then of course, once the package is open, you will see this clearly. And here, of course, we are looking into three different options. So box damage, so that's the first, I would say the most popular one, strong adhesive that will cause the fiber tear. So basically it will damage the box, it will damage the top layer of the box when the attempted opening. So here This is suitable for the majority, vast majority, I would say 95% of the varnished cardboard boxes. Available in clear and white, of course, clear here as the preferred color, as it is not disturbing the design of the package. However, also available in white. The second option is label damage. So that one is actually the other way around. Here we have a fragile label material that splits into pieces. So the moment when you are trying to open the package, the material will just, the label material will fall apart into hundreds of different small pieces, and it will be impossible to remove it without leaving a trace. So here, this is suitable for the varnished cardboard boxes, however, also for the UV varnished boxes. And I will get back to this topic in a minute. And here also available in clear, but also in white as a PVCUD. And then the third option is the visible sign. So the moment when you remove the label, it leaves a visible layer on the box. So here we are really looking into so-called void labels. So, and this label, of course, cannot be reapplied. It's recommended for all types of varnished boxes. So here we are looking to the varnish, to the water-based varnish, UV varnish, also digitally printed boxes. Here we have, for the pharma industry, we have it available in clear version, the void, or a light blue layer. I will go back later to this product. So what exactly I would like to highlight here is exactly about the varnished boxes. We would like to share some good practice on those. So of course, the water-based varnish, the boxes with the water-based varnish, that's 95% of the pharmaceutical boxes in Europe are varnished with this type of product. First of all, labels need dwell time. So indeed, the peak of the performance of the label, it's expected, the bond, it's expected to be the final one after 24 hours. So they really need dwell time, those labels. And also we have different adhesive technologies. So we have emulsion acrylic S788P. That's, let's say, an entry level, very good adhesive, a bit more price competitive. And then, of course, the premium solution, the solvent acrylic S799P. And then, of course, if there is for any reason, which is highly unlikely that it will not work, we do have also special adhesives on request that are not specific for pharma. However, they are present in our different portfolios. And then we are coming to the UV varnished boxes, which is a bit more problematic than the water-based, because here the anchorage between the box itself and the UV varnish is very fragile. So the moment when you are trying to remove the label, for example, the label that is supposed to lead to the box damage, you will actually remove the UV lag. So if you look from a right angle to the box, you can see the mark of the removed UV lag. However, this is not really obvious for a customer. And of course, it's not so easy to see, especially if we think about older people. So there we really recommend labels like destructible labels. So those acetate labels and also void products, which are leaving the visible mark, but are not really damaging the box. So a bit more on our solutions. So here we are talking about our off-the-shelf solutions, so those that are available with services and immediately. So for the box damage, indeed, the PPNG Top Clear with the S799P, our premium solution, and then the BF746, a bit more cost-competitive solution with the S788P. For the label damage, we have the acetate clear, so a clear destructible label with 799P, and the PVC semi-gloss white, ultra destructible in white color. For the visible sign, void PP50 clear with 799P, and the PP50 top clear seal blue. I will get back to this product. That's an interesting one. So I would just Okay, so I would just answer first one question that we have. What is the reason why we use PP void labels instead of standard PET? So PP labels are more conformable, so they are better adhering to the edge of the box. So here, if we are thinking about applying the label on the edge, sealing the box, it's a PP. It's much more conformable. It ensures that it will stay on the substrate. So now I will move on also to the anti-counterfeiting solutions. So here, those are unique solutions for brand protection. So here we are talking about authenticating if the product is genuine. So of course, there is an estimated revenue loss due to counterfeit medicine in Europe alone is 27 billion. So here we are talking not only about the price of the medicine, but in general, the whole impact on the supply chain. So as I mentioned, for the anti-counterfeiting technologies, we have really three options. And the bottom are the overt. So those are the most basic, let's say, those are visible, those are features that are overt, are visible to the naked eye, and anyone can authenticate them by just looking to the package. So those are, for example, holograms, security papers, different embossed material. So everything that you can really look with your naked eye and judge for yourself. Then we have the covert. So that's a bit a layer up, and those are invisible to the naked eye. However, anyone with a device, like for example, a UV lamp, can authenticate. So here we are talking about the UV fibers, UV prints, luminescent materials, luminescent top coats, patterns. So really, it is also not difficult. You put the lamp on and you just see for yourself. And then we have really the top level, it's the forensic. So here, those features are invisible, they are hidden, and they can be not detected by anyone. They really need a specialist equipment and really knowledgeable specialists to really check, to really authenticate them. This is also the type of solutions which are seen in the court as a valid evidence. So also for those very more complicated cases and applications, for example, the DNA taggants. Today, I will not talk about those since that's a more a topic that we discuss privately with the specific customers and opportunities, also for the reasons that yeah, this is really the top, let's say, protection. So today, covert and overt solutions, as I mentioned. So possible solutions that we have in Avery are holograms for the overt, so those that are visible with the naked eye, security threats, and also customized voids. So labels that where instead of the standard void, you can put, for example, your logo as some kind of customized message. Covert features, so luminescent materials, specifically luminescent top coats that can be also in different colors. Yeah, typically we associate luminescence with blue. However, luminescence can be yellow, red, and everything in between. OBA-free papers, so papers without optical brightening agents. So usually, if you put the UV lamp and the black light against a white object, a white paper, it will glow. Those papers are OBA free, so the moment when you put the lamp on, they will not glow in the dark and under the black light. This allows you to put, for example, a UV, a luminescent print over it. And of course, pipe papers with UV fibers, a very similar solution here. And for the pharma industry, we have really solutions like luminescent top coats. So those are label materials with luminescent top coating in blue, yellow, or red color. That's our standard solutions. However, can be used instead of a varnish also to simplify your process. Also for quality maintenance, we all know that luminescence is quite difficult in handling since it leads very often to contamination. And also here, if we think about the extended anti-counterfeit features, we have the possibility to really develop a specific luminescent color, also pattern, logo, message. You can see it also on the photo below on the far right. That's a luminescent pattern in yellow. And of course, we combine it with our S799P adhesive that offers additional tamper-evidence features. So here you see really this integrated approach. I will get back to it in the end of our presentation, because this is really what we are also looking into solutions that are tamper-evident and also anti-counterfeiting. The second product, which I would like to talk about, that I mentioned to you already today, it's the tamper-proof seal blue. So this one, it's a PP-based clear film with a special coating on reverse side in a light blue, semi-transparent color. So that was also often people call this dry void, for example. So when the seal is removed, the label will delaminate and leave a semi-transparent light blue layer on the substrate. So here, this product, it's also a platform for you to combine it with other security features. Can be used, for example, a combination with colored varnish for the color change appearance. So for example, if we're gonna put on the top a yellow varnish, then we're gonna get the combination of green, and then after the removal, it will be blue. So this is here actually the possibilities are endless, and also for us we can customize this. It can be blue, it can be red. This is also depends of everything on the project. So for those solutions, just to recap here quickly, for the overt solutions, so those that are visible by the naked eye, it's the PP50 top clear seal blue with the 799P that I just mentioned about. And then, of course, the covert ones. So here we are looking into the luminescent range. So PP50 top clear luminescent in the blue color with 799P, but also luminescent polypropylene luminescent with red color. And of course, we also have the standard materials, so the luminescent adhesives that are well known. Here, example of 700 luminescent, also with the PP. We can, of course, combine those with the PET, also with white films. So here, really, there are many different options. Now, let me see if we do have a... That's an interesting question from Els, but I will have to get back to you. Because also for the sake of time, I will get back to you later with this question. And for me, now it's just really to recap on the custom anti-counterfeit capabilities. We really, to ensure that the product is safe, we really have to look for that effective brand protection solution is really the one that is active on many levels, and also ensure that the product is secured. So we are talking about the tamper-evidence solution, and then also originals on the anti-counterfeit solution. And then if we look here to the whole label material construction, in Avery Dennison, really we have multiple solutions which are not only dedicated to pharma, but also to many other industries. So starting with the face stocks, we can really have custom voids, so those with different messages, with logos, custom holograms, security threads. So those are those threads that can be inserted in the label. We have visible fibers, but also UV fibers, custom luminescent top coats that I mentioned about. So those are really also the luminescent top coats in colors, but also in patterns. Then, of course, the UV print on the backside of the materials. So before really the application of the adhesive. Then if we move to the adhesive layer, we can also talk about those tag-ends that I mentioned. So this is the special material based on DNA that can be only detected in the lab or with special IR readers, which I also then customize to read this specific tag-end. And then if we move even a layer down, we are talking about a liner. So we can also put a text, print, or logo on the liner before the siliconization. So this is also a quite extensive security solution. And then, of course, we are looking into the ultimate traceability and visibility across the supply chain with the RFID inlays. So that's definitely something that also in Avery Dennison we look as the future solutions for the RFI, for the anti-counterfeit, also can be combined with the tamper-evidence. We do have a solution, it's called tamper loop, where the antenna it's really connected to the package, and the moment when someone is trying to open it, the antenna is breaking down and sending a signal that this product was opened. So here, really a very good example of combination of tamper-evidence, but also anti-counterfeit solutions. So, as I mentioned, those brand protection, it can be really successful when it's combined between tamper-evidence and also anti-counterfeit capabilities. So with this, I would like to finish today's session. Thank you very much all for listening. Of course, our commitment as a pharma team, it's aside also on the security solutions. We guarantee the availability of our adhesives. We do have also the 1-year pre-notification, validated application tests, change management, of course, the supporting documentation. So here, this is also valid for our security portfolio for pharmaceutical applications. And of course, validations, compliance, and all those features. And indeed, thank you very much for joining. Unfortunately, we lost our co-host. We will be back on November 24th with a webinar, with a dedicated webinar to RFID. For sure, we will also then touch upon topics of security, anti-counterfeit solutions during this one. And of course, I strongly encourage you to get in touch with our team. So with our senior product manager, Gabriela, Benoit, that was today with us during this session, Jos van Noort, our R&D principal scientist, myself, and John, our specialist from compliance. I hope to see you next time, and thank you very much.